I guess I'm live, huh? All right, so wait a little bit. Busy day. See that? Busy day. People want their student loans removed. Hey, they want it removed. Student loans can become a problem. Sometimes a big problem, especially when you're late. Don't have the money to pay them. And then what happens is people forget to get into the forbearance or different programs. They have so many different programs, and so, after 3 years, the programs run out. So then you're still in a situation. But today, I'm going to tell everyone so many things to get rid of your student loans. I mean, there's things out there that you possibly didn't even know about. The government keeps on promising, oh, well, we could do this, we could do that, bunch of lies, and then it has you feel, listen, it has you feel like there's some hope. The only hope you're going to get is if you do something yourself. It's like the Bible says, take one step, gotta take two. So, let's get to the point here. Now, sorry, my desk is so messy. The problem is with student loans is that people let it get too out of hand. I mean, sometimes it gets to the point where you can't. You're like, oh man, my student loans is this. You go to school for something and you don't even use it. I know people that went to school for years and don't even use it. It was a waste of money. It was a waste of time. Some people say school is a scam. Everybody has their own opinions. Well, I went to school, and let me tell you something. I went to Penn State University, and I learned everything I could learn because I knew I'm going to need some of this knowledge one day. So I took everything and balled it up into one. And now I own an international company that has multiple services worldwide. So I didn't let my knowledge go to waste. I built it and structured it in a different way. But enough talking about me. Let's talk about you. If you have student loans, a lot of people say, oh, they can't be removed. They can be removed. They can be removed. Now, it's based on the interest. It's based on interest. It's based on the amount that you're paying. It's based on information like your name. Did you know if your name is spelled incorrectly, that whole student loan can be removed? If your social is wrong, it can be removed. If there's any kind of error in that loan, it can be removed. I just removed 10 student loans the other day, and they had so many different errors. And one thing is, which is great, because if there's errors, if there's interest, listen, the interest can only be by so much. If they overcharge you interest, it can be removed. Then you have to watch out because all your credit reports, they sometimes put doubles and sometimes triples. So that could, it could be that situation. And then if the student loan is closed or if it's transferred out of another loan, and it sits on your credit report and it's closed, and they close it, it can be removed. So there's multiple things, multiple laws that can be used to remove a student loan. You know, um, a lot of people are scared. A lot of people are scared to even touch student loans because it's government. Forget about it. You think I care? I do it anyway. But I follow the rules, I follow regulations, and I follow the law. Now, let's talk about repos. So many people get repos. And the problem is that when people get a repo, right, they'll let the car sit and sit and sit and sit. And then say, you know what? I'm going to take it involuntarily. Now, you can negotiate your repo. Before it gets repo, say, look, I'm doing the honorable thing. I want to return my car in, but I don't want a repo. Now, most car dealerships will say, okay, that's fine. But we're gonna have to charge you blah 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 blah, and we won't charge you for a repo. Most car dealerships will do that because they know a repo will hurt you in the long run. Now let's talk about removing the repo. Same situation. It's based on interest. It's based on the car dealership, what they did do, what they didn't do, why you had the actual vehicle. You know, if there was something wrong with the vehicle and you gave it back because they weren't able to fix it, or they just didn't fix it to your, I would say, your satisfaction, then you have cause. You have cause to get that repo removed. So there's so many different, there's so many different things that I remove so many repos because I see so many different things that are not right. People these companies try to get over. Do not let them get over on you. So now they have so many different things and different programs. And these places will work with you. Car dealerships will work with you. The courts will work with you because they know credit is vital. And then you have a couple people that are just nasty. Say, oh, I'm gonna leave that on your credit report. Yeah. So hold on 1 second. And so sorry about that. So also, I know a lot of people are saying that they haven't been getting their credit reports through the mail. Now, the credit agencies are updating your reports, but a lot of people aren't getting them through the mail. The reason why, I'm going to tell you why. COVID-19, they're scared that COVID-19 is going to spread by the mail system. It is possible because you're touching mail, you're touching this, you're touching that, and you can't sanitize mail. So make sure you check your alerts. Make sure you refresh the update. Make sure if your time, if your 14 to 30-day period is up and you don't receive a report, make sure you email me your report. So yeah. Also, I'm gonna go back to student loans because a lot of people want to know more about student loans. It can be removed. You have so many people that want to be, let's see, how can I say it? They want to know everything. They'll tell you this, they'll tell you that. They'll say, hey, go get a trade line, they'll go do this. Listen, and see, that's another thing that I have a problem with the trade lines. Trade lines are good for the moment. But the problem is once they drop off, your score drops. So the people that's selling you these trade lines are saying, you got to hurry up and do what you got to do. You got to hurry up and do this. You got to hurry up and do that. Why should you hurry up and do something? You know, you're paying all that extra money. Now, I'm gonna break something down to you. The trade line versus the master list. Our master list. Our master list boosts your score, and guess what? You don't have to hurry. You actually see more points months after months after months after months if you do everything correctly and your accounts stay where they're supposed to stay at. Guess what? You're still getting points. You're getting the gift. And guess what? Your score will never drop. That's what I have a problem with trade lines, because you're spending all that money when you could have. Listen, I'm going to break something down to you. Most people go out and get a trade line, right? And they might get 40 to 100 points. Maybe. You are better off getting 2 secure cards, getting 84 to 200 points in one shot in less than 30 days. And guess what? Then on top of that, here's the great part. The great part is that off of those two cards, you're getting multiple points. Now you're doubling your points. Let's say you get 3. Now you're supposed to get 6 points. Then you get 20 points. Let me tell you something. The system is rigged. If you don't know, listen, it's just like basketball. You know, if you don't know how to put the ball in the basket, you'll never score. You'll never score. The key is, let me tell you something. I have gotten people to 800 like that. But the problem is, I'm gonna be honest with the big problem is most people that want to do credit repair don't want to take that extra step. Don't want to spend that, but they'll spend that money for that trade line. But they won't spend the money for something that really works. Something that works and something that will last them. Now, let me tell you something about the trade. Let me tell you something else about the trade line. Once you put that money in the trade line, it's gone. 60 days, boom. That money's gone. You can't get that money back. Now, check this out. With a secure card, you go ahead and get a double secure card. Guess what? You can use that money in increments. So it's not like you're losing. You're getting points and you're using it at the same time. So you have to balance out what would benefit you in the long run. In the long run, the master list will. Because in the long run, you have scored, you will get a lot more points in the long run than the actual trade line. Because once that trade line drops off, you know, I get so many calls. People say, "Oh man, I got a trade line and it was gone in 60 days, and my score dropped 100 something points. My score dropped 50 points." And I tell people, the hype about trade lines is not what it's not really what it wants to be. You know, it'll help you at that moment. If you're one of those people that's in a rush, which is the wrong type of person to be. If you're that type of person that wants to rush to this, it's not good to rush. I used to tell my stepson, right? If you rush, you'll cause an accident. And that's what it is. When you get a trade line, you're begging for an accident. You're begging for it. Because the thing is that Okay. Yeah, it's crazy. Um, see, the thing is that with with the trade line, the problem is with the trade line is that is that it works for that moment, just for that moment. So if you're trying to get a car, and but but the thing is too, right? A lot of people sell trade lines. You got to know what type of trade line to buy. You want to buy a trade line that is that has some years on it. I would say at least 5 years. But then check this out. When you do get that trade line that's 5 years old, 6 years old, 7 years old, you're spending some money. You spend at least 700. Do you know what you can do with that 700? You can add up to 2 to 3. Listen, you can add close to 300 points on your credit report with that with all that money. That will bring you to 800. You'll have way more than enough to get that car you want. You know, and I'm gonna tell you why, because I did it. I've always stayed away from trade lines because there's other methods that work better, that work faster. Um, my in 2018, I got a Jeep, no money down. Whoa, no money down. Oh my God. Let me tell you something. I took my own method. I used my own strategy, and no money down. No money down. I walked out of there smiling. I mean, smiling. Let me tell you something. I was smiling so much, I smiled all the way home because it was the most, it was the greatest thing I've ever done. To walk into a car lot, buy the Jeep that I want, and lease, no money down. Took my paperwork, said, okay, Mr. Kirby, you're good to go. So at that time, I had money in my pocket. I said, wait a minute. I said, look, he said, no money down. Your credit's great. No money down. Here's the keys. Let me tell you something. I smiled all week long. And that's because I didn't use trade lines. I used what you call a secure card method. And people are scared to use it because they think, oh, well, the trade line is better. No, it's not. The secure card method will get you close to 800, and it'll keep on giving you points. Keep on giving you points. Points, more points, and more points, and more points. And the key is what you do, it's a great method. And I'm going to tell you something. It'll give you points. As long as you have those cards active, you'll constantly get points. Constantly get points. And you use the same method. You don't have to charge up a lot. You spend $20 on that card a month. Or I tell people, if you want to get triple the points, you want to spend $20 on that card, at least I would say two, 3 times a month. Pay it off 2 days after you use it. So you eliminate the interest. And guess what? By you paying it early, they triple the points. Let me tell you something. There are methods out there. And guess what? The same method I use is the same method the rich uses. The rich use 90% cash. They never use their credit. The credit is to let me explain something to you. Their credit cards are utilized as a tool. So their score can always say high. So when they're ready to go for that big loan or a nice fancy car or another big house, they can do it because the credit is in good shape. Stop swiping your cards. And that's where most people have a problem with. They swipe them. Why is it so dark here? They swipe their cards. They want to go shopping. They want to buy this, stuff like that. And they can have cash in their pocket and still swipe it. What's the sense of building your credit when you're going to screw it up? Stop using credit. 90% cash. Use your credit when you want $20 worth of gas or a $20 t-shirt, or something like that, or whatever, But pay it back like that. Because guess what? I'm gonna tell you something else. By you using this method, the banks are watching you. And guess what they're doing? They say, wait a minute, this person's not using their credit card. This person got some money. I want to give them a loan. You will have loan offers out of nowhere because you're using trick psychology. Because if the banks think you already have money, the banks will only loan people money with money. They don't know you don't. They don't know you're broke. They don't know you're just living. They will offer you loans. You see? That's how the rich do it. Up until now, nobody has told the secret. The secret is 90% cash. I give the best advice. I give the real advice. I give advice that matters. Advice that you can use. Advice that in your future it'll be worth something, because building your credit also means your thinking has to change. Your thinking has to change. You can't be, it can't be the old you when you're swiping and you're spending and you say, yeah, I just went and got this, I got this. No. Spend cash. If you don't have it, be like, you know what? I'll get it some other time. That's what it's all about. It's not about credit. You use your credit as a tool. So when you do need something, and you're going for a new car, you're going for a house, land, business loan, your credit's good. And let's talk about business loans. A lot of people get the wrong information. A lot of people think that, okay, I got a business, I got to build my business loan. Listen, it's good to build your business credit, but your personal credit is a cosigner for your business, which means no matter where you go, the first thing they're going to check is your personal credit. So if your personal credit looks good and your business credit is kind of shabby, you'll still get approved for the loan. Because the main thing is your personal credit. There's so many people on YouTube that talk about, oh, well, you got to do this to your business credit. No. Your personal credit is your cosigner. You can actually go to any institution and they'll tell you that. A lot of people are given false information. You do want to build your business credit. The easiest way to build your business credit is to start purchasing from vendors that your business deals with. It could be Quill, it could be Uline, it could be any of those or more. And you want to purchase some business supplies, and then every time you make a purchase, it doesn't have to be a big purchase. Every time you purchase something, guess what? They report it to the Better Business Bureau. They report it to Duns and Brad. They also report it to Dun and Bradstreet, and that increases your score. So it's lots of ways to increase your score, and make sure when you make a purchase, like if you get a new computer or save your receipts, because when it's tax time, you can write off that computer, you can write off your electric, trying to think, you can write off your rent, So there's so many different things you can write off. Yeah. So, but when it comes to business credit, your personal credit, you want to get your personal credit in order. That's the main thing, because that's your cosigner. That's basically like an invisible cosigner. If your credit's okay and it's doing good, and you're building it, doing what you do, and you have your own business, that's what you want to have. You want to make sure your personal credit is good, because when you do go for that loan, they're going to check it. So, let's see here. Always check your credit, because lately I've noticed that they've been adding wrong people's accounts, errors, So you want to make sure that nothing is being added to your file that's either a duplicate, it could be an error, Now, another thing I want to say, there are people that do their own credit. People have wrote me and said, "Hey, Lorenzo, I did a 609 and nothing came off." The problem with the 609, talking about a 609 credit dispute form. The problem with the 609, most people don't fill it out correctly. Number one, you got to have the creditor, right? Now, the original creditor goes on the right side. Before you, all the way to the right. Now, in the middle, directly in the middle, you want to put that account number. Now, the problem with most people is that they're only using the 609. The 609 is stronger with a goodwill form. It could be a demand letter. The 609 has a lot of power. It can remove your item, but sometimes you have to have something extra. If you don't have something extra, nothing extra, I got an emergency. I forgot. I got a meet in about 5 minutes. So I want to wrap this up. If you need credit repair, text me 610-470-8992. If you need a free master list, you can also text me at the same number, 610-470-8992. You can also visit our website. We have other packages. Our website will be down in the corner here. Say and see here. Okay, so you have my number. Okay, if you need that now, also we are still doing the IPO, which is $2 a share. You can go to the website, I'm not supposed to say it on YouTube, but you can text me and I'll give you the website. and all the information that goes with it. Um, let's see if I'm leaving anything out. I think that's about it. Um, so, like I said, have a great day, and also Chris Holmes, please contact me, text me 610-470-8992, and I'll be more than happy to help you. Thank you. Have a great day.